Hi, chat. Hope everyone's having a good day, good night, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. I have not been able to fix the live chat. I don't know why it's doing this. I think it just hates me. But I did a lot of experimenting with it after the last stream, and it does not like me. It refuses to work. So from now on, we just doing black now, I guess.
Well, sometimes it's just how it is.
Yeah, I played with like everything. I played with my filters, my color correction. It did not work. But chat, I hope you're all ready and excited to talk about politics and anime.
I found this one, chat.
Yeah, here, let me set my stream goal. Always gotta set the stream goal.
I need to learn how to do that because I have no idea how to do it.
You gotta be like, what do they call it, partnered or whatever on YouTube.
Okay.
And then you get access to it.
Okay, that makes sense. So, are you ready?
I am. And remember, chat, Kendra picked this one, so.
Remember to be nice, chat.
No, wait, not working. Why you not work? Boop. Boop. There we go. Last time Lum Lum on stream. Lum Lum been busy. Lum Lum will be back when she's ready.
Yeah. Sometimes it just be that way, guys. Unfortunately, we're adults with responsibilities, and unfortunately, responsibilities can't be put on pause.
I don't have responsibilities.
That's what they all say.
I don't think it's catching your face, by the way. Oh, it's catching your movement. It's not catching like your mouth.
Oh, okay. Let me
there
see.
You go. I had to now it's getting your mouth.
I like sometimes my microphone. I have my microphone too close to my mouth and stuff.
Oh, fair. I can keep mine a pretty good distance away.
All right.
But chat, we're gonna talk about politics and anime. I've watched a little bit of this. Kendra's watched a little bit of this. We both had an aneurysm, so now you guys have to have one too.
Oh, you're gonna love some of the comparisons he makes. If you got as far as I did, oh, you already know. But I know you're gonna love some of this.
Yeah. So chat, we're gonna get right into it, I guess, and we're gonna hate ourselves.
Keep politics out of anime. God, I mean, man, it seems like nowadays everybody is talking about politics in anime, and it is making me so mad. Don't they know that Gundam is just about cool robots and kids being allowed to play Call of Duty in real life? It's all so simple, but these coastal elitist content creators, influencers, yuck, are inserting their own lib, woke, and gay, and trans for all worldviews into my anime. Can't anime YouTube essays just be fair, unbiased, and based again?
So to head it off, and I probably shouldn't head it off immediately, it always gets on my... I always think back to the meme, all video games are political, says the guy that can't tell the difference between Metal Gear Solid and the fucking Family Guy doing Donald Trump meme.
Yeah. My thing with it is a lot of these people always do the whole like, well, anime's political, and it's like, yeah, okay, yes, Attack on Titan is politics, but if you try to compare the Titans to, like, I don't know, Mexican people, I'm gonna kind of side eye you a little bit.
Whatever, it's on Reddit, I don't care. This meme, chat, I always think about this every time somebody does it. It's like, yeah, no, that's about right. Until it's right-wing politics. That's the thing that like always gets me, because Japan is actually pretty far right on the whole. So when they start talking about, oh, well, you know, anime is just filled with politics, it's like, okay, you want to talk about those politics? You want to talk about the anime where they're killing aliens and they're unironically correct because the the aliens fucking suck and they're eating people and shit.
Or or like one of the manga I'm reading, Drama Queen, how it's like, yeah, no, like literally in the recent chapters, due to a certain main character eating them, she ended up spreading an airborne virus that literally locked out humanity from even going to the streets without an air bubble. And so now some of the aliens make fun of humans because they can't stand the disease and might die.
I always think about the Hassan, be like, oh, you don't understand, One Piece is very communist. And it's all about a fucking pirate who, if we, like, tally up his track record, he's propped up more monarchies than anything else. Like, if we're actually gonna play that game, it's like, well, technically Luffy's a monarchist. But not really, because at the end of the day, he's just going to side with whoever gives him food first and isn't a dick.
Yeah, it's pretty much Luffy in a nutshell.
It kind of doesn't matter who started it. But let's see where Homeboy is going. Probably nothing good.
Anime is only entertainment, just cartoons. It doesn't mean anything, so stop inserting your personal politics into something clearly apolitical, like Code Geass, for example. Now,
you do not want to show videos of anime talking about the atomic bombs, because do you know what side of the war Japan was on in that war?
Yeah. There's also the fact that, okay, so I know very little about Code Geass past the first episode. And I know at least a little bit after that from other reviews I've seen. And it's literally like Code Geass, the main character's dad was a Marxist, and there's also some other dumb stuff that happens, like bloody Yuffie.
Yeah. Wolfsbane for 2 thought he was big with how heavy he's breathing. He does sound like he's out of breath for some reason. Maybe he's a smoker? I don't know.
Lelouch is based. That dramatization is a look into an alternate universe some people live in. I mean, what anime creators are actually talking about politics? Don't people know that it's like 99% waifus and power fantasies out here? It's what gets the kids, and the kids make you money. So why are people so mad? I mean, I feel like more than anything, the political messaging in anime is deliberately ignored so as not to upset people. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things people made up so they can be more angry at stuff. And yeah, I mean, not all anime is political. You know, there's things like Bananya. I think Bananya doesn't really have much to say.
So I feel like where we're already going with here is if it ever mentions politics just one time or something that I could consider partially related to politics, the entire anime is political now.
The fact that he brought up Yor from Spy Family is funny because it's like, yes, but it's not about the politics, it's about this fake family.
Yeah, like there's politics. Here's the thing: there's like politics happening in the background. That does not make the anime political. It doesn't mean it's making a statement on whether those politics in the background are good or bad. Those politics are an excuse to put the assassin and the spy in a loving family with an Esper girl.
But the politics, Mizu.
Yeah.
The meaning and the reason and the commentary on war, even though that's supposed to be building up our characters, but it's a statement.
Yeah. It's always this thing like there is a politics in the background, so it's political as a story. That's not how that works. Like, I don't know who came up with that or why you're that stupid.
Oh, trust me, he makes dumber comparisons later.
Fair. Also, thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. I present to you Sane Takeuchi. Japan's new prime minister, right-wing and a Trump fan to the point of fangirling. Oh god, this guy's an unironic communist. That's probably what's on the helmet or hat.
Oh yeah, I loved the recent thing that that happened when she was talking to Trump. Apparently, she's commented about how isn't it like unexpected? Was it something about being unexpected about dropping the bomb, and then Trump retorted back being like,
"You'd know a thing or two about surprise bombs."
Yeah.
And everybody took like an immediate clip right after where she looked like vaguely uncomfortable. And it's like, yeah, if you scroll through an interview frame by frame, you can find a point where somebody looks uncomfortable. But the thing is, like, we have a good humor about it. You know?
Even she was even without her being, even with the frame of her being uncomfortable, she still was able to pull back immediately into laughter.
Yeah.
Because, like, let's be real here. It was shocking, but it was kind of funny.
Yeah. She looked like she wasn't trying to laugh. Yeah. Because I think, I don't know how many people know about this, but there's like a yearly humiliation ritual where Japan apologizes to us for like Pearl Harbor, which I don't think they should do. I think it's kind of dumb at this point. And I think like maybe she was worried like he was actually a bit salty about it. And when she realized it was a joke, she's like, oh yeah. Ooh, Pearl Harbor. Because that's the thing. Whoever is keeping up to Japan has to apologize for Pearl Harbor shit. Like, just drop it. We like Japan. Japan's our bro. Nobody actually cares at this point. Except like some boomers on Twitter.
So the people who pretend to care don't even get into politics themselves except for anything that's on TikTok and Reddit. You already know.
The fact that Japan is expected to apologize to us for Pearl Harbor, but Germany doesn't yearly apologize for the Holocaust.
Did we even apologize to them for the bombings?
Oh, I don't know.
That's my thing.
Maybe.
It's like, come on, it's a two-way street. If we're gonna really be on about it, it's a two-way street.
I'm just saying, Germany hasn't been forced to do like yearly apologies, and I think they were probably a little worse.
But you see, Germany's going through its own inner humiliation ritual where they have to basically check themselves every single year. It's like, we're not being fascist, are we? No? All right, we're good another year.
But that's the thing. The fact that it's almost impossible to think of an anime with no political message begs the question, what the fuck are these chuds talking about?
God, he's fucking chuds. Oh.
So I didn't see the first two videos, but I did check out that last one, and it's about Hellsing. And his literal comment is, so the comment said 23 minutes in without bringing up politics and I'm leaving. What he said was, well, the Nazis aren't afraid of, well, I think it was something around the lines of, well, hopefully the Nazis aren't afraid of Mexicans. So, and I'm like, yeah. Or not Mexicans or brown people. Mexicans or brown people. And I'm like, yeah, I can see why he left.
I like to point out this first one too. Dude, stop with the current political takes. That's the thing. Just because something has politics doesn't mean you need to make it about Trump. Like, that's what really annoys people, is you guys cannot have political themes anymore without saying, oh, this is a commentary on the US president. It's fucking not. It was made by a Japanese company. Most of them have, like, no fucking clue what's happening in America, like, point blank. And people act like that's a wild comment to say. Fucking mangaka don't even realize, like, how their shit is being translated because they know that little English, which is not a slight against them because I know that little Japanese. I don't really know what the fuck is going on in Japan. But that's the thing. They don't know what's happening in the country. They can't even read enough English to realize their work is being bastardized by localizers. Yet you think they give a shit about what our politics are?
Yes.
They can't even read. They can't even read the, like, press releases. Oh, it pisses me off. It's so dumb. Thank you, Wolf Spain, for the super. We're cool about Japan. Just don't touch them again. Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. Commies cannot comprehend the idea of politics as window dressing / moving the plot forward. Also, if you watch the Prime Minister's reactions, she was trying so hard not to laugh. Trump's trying to tell Japan, it's okay, you can move on. And thank you, Heracross, for the super. What is the political message of Keijo? The political message of Keijo is women's empowerment. Very feminist series, I believe. It's trying to show women that they can be strong and they can, get into sports like everyone else. Why are the commies, thank you, Anano, for the super. Why are commies trying to co-opt anime? They used to call people Nazis for watching it. Now you're a good comrade if you watch it. It's literally just because of Hassan.
Well, you see, also, you're a comrade if you watch it educationally. Like people who watch My Dress Up Darling but hate the fan service because they like it educationally.
I do like this. He says don't talk about religion or politics in Trigun, as if that's supposed to be like an obvious thing for people. Like,
okay,
he didn't say in Hellsing, he said in a story about Nazis. And then for Gundam, he says in Gundam, which I guess in Gundam, you can use that as like a generic catch-all, because Gundam is about like literally a war between technically two countries, but we're not going to get into planets and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then with the Hellsing one is just dumb because the Nazis are literally window dressing. And what's funny is the Nazis don't even have a political statement. The Nazis in Hellsing are very explicitly, we just want to kill people because we're psychos.
That's kind of one of the reasons why the funniest jokes in Hellsing Bridge is the first time we see the Nazis. It's literally, we are Nazis and we like war.
Yeah.
It's like one of the funniest lines because that's all you need to know about them.
Like, there's no point in the entire series where the Nazis, like, express some deep political motivation. They're literally like, we didn't get to die in World War II, so we're gonna redo it so we can have another glorious war. It has, like, literally fucking nothing to do with their politics. You could maybe argue that the Catholic Church is a little political in that because they really hate Protestants. But you're not sitting here coming to the defense of Protestants. I know your type, bro. Redo it, but with Zeppelins, exactly. Oh. And, like, he said, don't talk about politics in Gundam. And the guy specifically mentions current political takes and real-life politics. Also, like the Trigun one, it says, this video would be great and shorter if you could go more than 5 minutes without sparking about religion or politics.
My thing with Trigun is, like, there are, like, biblical, like, what is it? Like, it takes inspiration. But the thing is, that's only to tell Vash and Knives' story. Because you could technically compare them to Cain and Abel. They don't reference Cain and Abel every 5 minutes. You're supposed to watch the subtext of the series and how these characters stand on their own. I'm not going to compare freaking Trigun with alien plant babies to current day politics of, like, what?
I also think some people need to understand that a lot of Japan's use of religion is purely aesthetic. It's basically like saying anybody that uses the concept of the hero's journey is political because it's an old piece of text. No, like, the Bible's old, but a lot of Japanese use of it is purely aesthetic. It has no relation to the actual Bible. This was very prominent with specifically Evangelion, where they repeatedly asked him, what is the purpose of the Christian symbolism? And his entire response is, it looks really fucking cool.
What is it? Someone brought up the Amazing Digital Circus. The Amazing Digital Circus, because we just got done watching that earlier, is actually a very good use of it because you don't find out the quote-unquote biblical subtext until, like, literally the last 2 episodes that came out recently. You are still learning about these characters. Now, if Pomni just pulled out a Bible and was just started spouting it, being like, everything in this this book is wrong. That's where you get the image of spray tan Trump and Family Guy.
Yeah. Thank you for the super Grulgar. Says Siege Sion.
Not Bible Black.
Bible Black is a very wholesome religious anime.
Why are they so upset? What do they want anime to be like? And what master anime do they think is so apolitical and perfect? How come their fifis are hurt? Well, today I want to...
Nobody's fifis are hurt. We're really annoyed that you're a dumbass who knows nothing about anime who is insistent on getting involved in it.
sit down.
Did you have something to say?
Oh, no.
Okay.
And figure it all out in the most fair and unbiased and even based way possible. I promise. No snark. I am, after all, just another YouTuber who knows nothing about anything.
You know how I know this guy is definitely not a real anime fan at all?
He
First
has all
off,
those DVDs in the back.
giant Marvel versus Capcom thing here. All of this, old Nintendo. Like, this is a Nintendo consumer kind of person.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
only
you can't say that, Mizu.
the only anime he has is this figure up here, on top of a Buffy disc set, and the Sanrio down here, which is it looks like it's strictly Hello Kitty, pretty much.
So he's normie.
Yeah. So it's not even like anything else involved in that. It is just Hello Kitty.
Is Real Akuma Sanrio? I don't think so. Either way, normie.
Also, he has a Labubu, which literally ultimate consumer.
Oh. Trend chaser.
I mean, yes, the anime figure is technically a fighting game character. But that's as close as we're gonna get, chat. Nothing in this room screams anime to me, except the figure.
The fighting game figure is just to say, I like anime, and I love my fan service waifus. But...
Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. By the end of this video, I'm going to be 1,000% back to my peak gamerget mindset because of this asshole, aren't I? These commie tourists are going to make me see red by the end of the video.
We'll do this together. Come on.
Did you love that ear-shattering intro?
What really confuses me is kind of looking at his channel. There's like literally nothing in his room that screams anime, but his entire channel is anime branded.
The DVDs in the back. If we can make them out despite them being blurry, they might be manga.
I'm pretty sure those are just PS2 video games.
Hey, you there, don't skip the ad. What's up, guys? Sponsorship Mike here. Talk about Factor. We're going to talk about Factor, because now, the year ever we did it, politics are dumb, so stop talking about it. It's dumb.
His Factor sponsorship is 1.5 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, I was shocked that it was like an entire section on its own.
You're dumb. What do
more
you know
power
about
to
politics? Nothing. So shut up. You may have heard on the internet, unless you have a real dickhead in your life that talks to you like that in person. And if that's the case, I say you should have more respect for yourself and remove them from your existence. They're rude and wrong. Hopefully. Anyway, people get really riled up when it comes to anime, which is silly because it's anime. There's maybe possibly more important things going on. I don't know. I exist only in your viewing device.
You're making a video on it. I always hate when people say this. It's like, bro, it's not even that important. Then why are you making videos on it too?
Because
you're telling me we shouldn't care and talk about it while you're caring and talking about it. The fact that this is a 30-minute video proves that you don't believe what you're telling me. At all.
Where do you exist? Maybe it's a hug box where you have the misconception that fans of anime are cool, open-minded people, because some are, but not all. Not all. I, of course, know this firsthand because I not only talk about anime to hundreds of thousands of people a month, but they can and do say anything they want to me. You won't see all of it because the really bad stuff gets filtered out thanks to our keyword blocker. You know, we use it to make sure you don't have to read slurs when you're trying to talk about how much you like the most recent season of Don. I know. I'm personally killing free speech because I am a hypocritical authoritarian who hates the First Amendment.
Unblur those comments. I dare you. I guarantee you have like tons of shit in there blocked that's just people saying they think your content sucks. I will bet money on it. That's why you blurred it. You didn't blur it because there's some slurs in there. I guarantee it. And yes, chat, that is a communist hat. That is a Che Guevara hat.
What can I say? But you see, it is my job to watch cartoons, to think about them, and then write about those thoughts. Break it down, if you will. Find patterns and themes, character motivations, context, subtleties. It's called analysis, but you know that. You do. But maybe not that other guy. You see, analysis is important because taking things at face value is dangerous. For instance, I look you in the eyes and say, "Don't worry, you're totally safe with me." Which sounds nice, but I've got a gun to your head and I'm clearly on lots and lots of drugs and my hands are shaky. I can't control my hands. If you were to take what I...
What is wrong with you? How do you even get there, is like your analogy.
Remember, chat, we're talking about politics in anime.
Whatever.
Said at face value, you would mistakenly feel very safe. But if you were to analyze the situation, you'd realize that you were in terrible, terrible danger. See,
what you call analyzing the situation is literally taking things at face value again. There's no analysis. Like, I don't know why you use this really stupid analogy, because in your analogy, the face value is a guy with shaky hands and a gun is trying to kill me. You didn't even think this through. Like, you have no idea what you're talking about, bro. I hate you people. You have no idea what you're saying. Ugh.
Analysis is important. Vital, even. Now, one can argue that analyzing anime isn't that important, and they'd pretty much be right. But it's not about what you're analyzing. It's that you are analyzing, because analysis is a muscle. In order to use it well, you gotta work it out regularly, which means not hearing something and screaming out the first thing that comes to your head on the internet. That's called being reactionary, and generally leads to you having to delete your Twitter every time you apply for a new job.
So, no, analysis is not a muscle. And no, you don't have to work it out. I don't know, like, why you're saying this. What happens when you spend all of your time analyzing everything is that sometimes you forget the curtains really are just blue. And this is a joke we make fun of English teachers for, but it's very true. Is there's a lot of stuff that was written very face value, and you're insistent that it has to be analyzed. But then you ask the writer, and again, I use Evangelion because it's a fantastic example of people's analysis muscle making them miss the forest for the trees. Everybody thinks the religious symbolism in Evangelion has some super deep meaning that we just haven't cracked the code of yet. But then you ask the guy that made it, that designed it, that put all the thought into doing that, and he says, giant crosses just look really fucking cool as a visual. It goes really hard, man. And that's start and finish of why he did that. There is no deeper religious messaging. There is no, every cross is like the metaphorical death of another human who's sacrificed to the angels. It's just a hard visual.
No, what is it also like? Because, like, he's mistaking studying for analysis. Because they're, like, what is it? Like, a good example. A couple of days ago, I was talking with a couple of people, and we were talking about this theory I had regarding a specific character archetype that was never explored. We ended up breaking it down, and guess what? not every character applies, but it applies to some characters. I'm not just gonna go to every single character, every single female character, and just say this character fits into this archetype because it fits into my archetype because I looked at them deeply for the character, and it's literally Yotsuba.
Yeah. Also, chat's reminding me that he also liked Ultraman, and apparently the Ultraman creator was religious, which I didn't know. Also, thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. Look, the comedy invoking the old "I'm totally burning the First Amendment" trope. Jesus in heaven. This is like Gamergate discourse all over again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, don't say it as a joke when you actually just are doing it. You come off as mega cringe.
What is it? Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, no, you go.
Oh, too late. I was just going to play it.
I guess, because I think I said this last time too, the reason why you even find a lot of religious symbolism in like anime just to even begin with is because obviously Shintoism, but just because Catholics, like they came in later. And then Christianity came in a lot later. So it's kind of like for them, they know about Shintoism. So they're going to deeply respect that. And then when they see like Christian stuff and it's like, what the heck is this? Well, we now know about Christmas and KFC looks like Santa Claus. So we're just going to dress up KFC like Santa because that's just not, they don't know that far because that's not their main point of view.
Yeah. I'd also like to point out another fantastic example of you have analyzed yourself into missing the point is the original book of Starship Troopers. So, like, I don't know if you've heard this before, but the Starship Troopers movie is basically to make fun of the entire concept that service equals citizenship. That basically you have to serve the government or the military in some way in order to actually be a citizen of the country you're in. However, the book, the entire purpose was he actually believed that. He actually believed that was a fantastic way to run a country, and the book was basically him simping for that. And it was unironically him making the giant space bugs evil communists that deserve to die. And yet everybody reads it and they analyze themselves into a corner where he's criticizing the military-industrial complex and showing us that actually the communist space bugs are not as evil as they look. It's like, that's literally not what he was doing. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. It really is face value, commie bugs are evil, and you should have to serve in the military to get a vote.
I literally think it's really funny how people will literally call people like Trump like, you're a nationalist, and you read stuff like this and it's like, this guy clearly was on to something.
It's so wild. They analyze themselves into a corner where they don't get it. Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. As Sigmund Freud said, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Not everything has deeper meaning. Case in point, the entire Expendables franchise. Yeah, some stuff is just like mindless schlock as well.
Anime, all slack-jawed and drooly, it makes sense not to think the vast majority of them have something to say. You just looked at the pretty pictures and or big boobies and or violence and left going, that was cool, and I get it. I've been blackout drunk before, but having that mentality while sober 24/7 is actually pretty impressive. Good on you. But again, not
saying that the only way you can just sit down and enjoy an anime is if you're blackout drunk tells me that you genuinely do not give a shit about this medium at all.
Not only that, don't think I didn't notice that he slipped in High School DD.
Yeah. Go on, tell us what's the I said this during the last one we did, right? You have to give me like a reason why you're choosing the visuals you're using. Why are you using visuals of tons of women's tits out? What's the political messaging?
High School DD involves the Catholic Church.
I guess. Oh, it's so dumb.
super healthy, unless it's healthy now. It's hard to say. I'm gonna have to consult the brainworm. But imagine someone said to you, we're gonna get rid of all the illegals. At face value, that sounds great, because illegal means bad, and getting rid of bad things means that it can only...
What did he add under that? It actually doesn't, by the way. Against the law and bad are two separate ideas. Why are you cringing gay?
He added that so suddenly.
I guess we're talking about fucking citizenship now. I'm glad I just went on that rant. Moving right into citizenship. I predicted that. See, chat? I am on the ball today.
means that it can only good happen. And anyone can be illegal, so it's definitely not racist either. Win-win. But if you watched Fullmetal Alchemist, for instance, you saw what happens when one nation tries to get rid of an outgroup. In that story, you met Ishvalans and formed an emotional bond with their plight, which is called empathy. But you...
Why are we trying to compare Ishvalans to Mexicans? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Keep in mind, like, what is it? I remember a reviewer talked about, like, the creation of Fullmetal Alchemist, and when she was writing about the chapters regarding Ishval, the whole thing about Ishval is that it was started by a third party that nobody even knew was there, and how soldiers were, like, deeply affected by it, and how the citizens were affected by it. Like, all parties were affected. Yeah. It's not, oh, one side is bad.
People forget that, like, the whole thing with Ishval is it has to do with the homunculi. It's... I mean, you could, if you really want to go down this political route, maybe the creator of Fullmetal Alchemist thought the homunculi were a good stand-in for the Jews. And the Jews manipulated two countries to fight against each other for their own benefit. Because they're a death-worshipping cult. Go on, buddy. Let's go down the full thought process. You love analyzing things, don't you? Why are we stopping halfway? Why are we stopping at just the war part? Why don't we, slide all the way down to the bottom of the slide?
Everything's a conspiracy when you think about it.
Come on, buddy, let's get to the bottom. That's the funny part with these, right? Is that they'll do this, like, this half measure of, it's exactly the politics I like. It's like, well, what about the other half of the story that explains more about this situation?
Like, how the author had to, like, interview actual veterans and how she was trying to properly portray their PTSD and everything. And again, survivors of war like Ishval. Again, it's always, oh, well, the one side about the victim refugees. And it's like, okay, so you only want to talk about the victims, just not those victims.
Yeah. Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. High School DxD has been relevant since the mid-2010s. Bro definitely watched it and is coping. Also, FMA was more Illuminati, tribe controls the world, than something as blasé as immigration.
Where is it? That was FMA. I'm talking, because I know he's probably also talking, he's talking probably about FMA and FMAB, but I know he's mostly talking about FMAB.
Fair. It's just funny, because they never go all the way to the end of their thought process. They love stopping halfway. Because if you have to analyze the whole thing, it gets a lot more complicated and a lot more difficult to fit in your stupid left versus right bullshit that the person who lives in Japan and has lived in Japan their entire life is definitely thinking about. They're definitely thinking about American left versus right bullshit. They spent their entire career writing stories about American left versus right bullshit. They don't even know what's going on in their own country. They only know what's happening in America.
Well, clearly, Mizu, you don't realize that Japan is going through its own similar thing with China and Korea right now. Therefore, those parallels are the same.
I would also like to point out that he's trying to talk about this in modern immigration terms. Fullmetal Alchemist is really fucking old. That's another thing, is you're always trying to, like, make analogies to modern politics. This didn't exist, like, this discussion didn't really exist when this anime came out.
They weren't even doing immigration in Fullmetal Alchemist. They were just talking about colonization.
Yeah. Thank you,
It was like a completely different
Borchigato.
thing.
Thank you, Borchigato, for the super. He might have a point. Just replace Scar with Taco Bell, making your insides outsides.
Oh my gosh.
See, the Ishvalans were something called a stand-in. It's a literary technique used to elicit, say it with me, critical thinking, which
They were not a stand-in for anything. You're retarded.
Is fancy boy talk for basic analysis. You see, when you witness the violence and horror the nationalist imperialists
Notice the nationalist imperialists have a bunch of different racial groups in their royal upper echelons.
Well, you see, they're on our side, so technically, this is the stand-in for how minorities will join our side, see if they believe that the cause is right.
military government brought down on the Ishvalans for simply trying to exist, it's supposed to teach a lesson. And the lesson is, that's bad. You shouldn't do it. And you shouldn't sit back when your government...
Oh, brave statements here only, chat. You shouldn't genocide an entire race of people. Thank God they gave me that political statement. I was thinking about going out and doing it. I would have never known that genocide bad if it were not for Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh my god.
It is such a deeply important message to send to the children. Because, you know, every single one of them could be the next Hitler. It's so stupid. You're such a dumbass. Because you're mixing, like, 5 different things. He's trying to mix, like, colonialism, plus immigration, plus, you know, Hitler, World War II. Which, by the way, based on the movies, it's very likely she was thinking more about World War II than anything.
Yeah.
There's very little evidence that she gave a shit about anything America was doing. Based on what she was choosing to portray, it's far more likely American would have been the good guys in her universe.
Even better. Sympathizing with them.
The Ishvalans were based on the Inu and what the Japanese did to them, but he doesn't acknowledge that, instead saying how it's a stand-in for American politics. Yeah, he's obsessed with, like, oh, everything anime has got to be about America. It doesn't! If that's the message of FMA, I can think of a few governments of the world today who would benefit from watching FMA. Thank you for the super Tella.
Does it, or cheer on the people who do it in your name with your tax dollars. But feeling that way in real life requires empathy. It requires you to universally see humans as humans. But it's 2025. Remember, politics are over. We beat politics. Everything is good.
So, the fun thing about empathy is it has to go both ways. The problem is you have clearly established that you are completely unempathetic to the side you disagree with. You have no empathy. You have no concept of what people other than you believe or why they believe it. Like, I know why you guys believe what you believe. I just think your beliefs are retarded. But if I sat down and asked you to explain what me or any of my friends believed, I guarantee I could give you 100 tries, you wouldn't get a single thing about our beliefs right.
Cool and based, so shut up. But you know, maybe that's all a little too complicated, even though it's coming from a shonen, which is arguably the most basic and casual of anime genres. I mean, what even is a genocide? Sounds like leftist propaganda. And what even is propaganda? Sounds like leftist words, and I hate leftist words, I'm told. So let's simplify then, because thinking is for AI. Instead of highbrow elitist anime like Fullmetal Alchemist, let's talk about the working man's anime. We love the working man in fair, unbiased land. Dragon Ball. You've heard of Dragon Ball, right? It's kind of...
I have no idea where you're gonna go with Dragon Ball. You know, you would
really
think,
funny.
following up what you just said about Fullmetal Alchemist, you wouldn't want to talk about an anime where a bunch of aliens come to Earth with the plans of genociding it and regularly destroy half the fucking city with their alien bullshit. In fact, even the good alien is overly violent and constantly fighting with everybody. God, I wonder what that could be referencing. Why are all the aliens violent and constantly destroying shit in a country that isn't theirs?
Even better, a planet that isn't theirs.
Yeah. Like,
you also can't say that about the world of Dragon Ball because they literally don't have that in the world. Like, you have poor villages and poor countries in there, but not really like ours. They're just poor areas. And they can literally go fight in a tournament and just win reward money and then bring that back. You don't even have to do that.
It's just so funny. It's one of those things, like, I could just sit here and constantly add more to his beliefs and just make them worse and worse. Thank you, Angel, for the super. This guy is so terminally political that he'd tell you Shrek was a pro-Trump masterpiece because he wanted to build a wall and get out all the magical creatures to pay for it.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
And Internet Zen Master, thank you for the super. The shadow that bred them can only mock. It cannot make not real things of its own. Frodo to Sam in Lord of the Rings. The quote describes the kami perfectly. I have so much contempt for this person. I believe that was talking about like how the orcs came about as well. Because admittedly, from what I understand, the orcs are one of the only parts of Tolkien's lore that doesn't make particularly good sense. Based on how he established his lore. Probably the only like slight plot hole he made. So he had to retcon it a bit.
Well, you see Mizu.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
What is it? Like, you see Mizu. Like we learned last time with Frieren, the orcs are standing for a minority or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Popular anime of all time, barring maybe One Piece, and we will get to One Piece. But come on, who hasn't watched a little Dragon Ball before? Remember Emperor Pilaf? I remember. Well, let's think about Emperor Pilaf, the original villain of the series. He was a small little guy, an angry guy, and a bald guy. But despite that hairline, this small angry guy thought he deserved things because he was alive, but not like, healthcare or access to affordable housing or trade.
Would we like to skip ahead really far where you're basically describing Beerus, except Beerus is just kind of a good guy, sort of?
So the funny thing about Pilaf is his whole gimmick is that he wants the Dragon Balls so that he could literally be... So what is it? One of them is to also be bigger, but for the most part, it's just to be just king of the world. And he's trying to compare that to right-wingers, and it's like, no, he's just a short guy with a big ego and an inferiority complex.
Yeah. There's no political beliefs behind Pilaf. He just wants power. It's like, I think a really good example, like analogous to Pilaf, might be Big Jack Horner from the Puss in Boots movie, if you ever saw that.
Yes.
Where he wants his wish to just be like, I have all the magic and nobody else has any. And it's nothing to do with like some sort of what do they call it? It's not like trying to merge all the political power in the world to Big Jack Horner. He's basic a bitch villain and just wants everything for himself.
Yep.
It's not complicated.
Also forget. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, this is a villain that's intended to be so simple that a toddler could understand his motivation, and somehow you failed.
Not only that, but like Pilaf comes back. He wishes for the Dragon Balls to be young, and him, Mai, and Shu end up turning into kids, befriending the main hero's children, and then just growing up with them like normal. So I guess the whole message to that is, turn young again, and then people will like you or whatever.
Thank you, R13 Carabos, for the super. His voice is cringe. He does the super eye patch wolf thing of having it be sort of raspy like a Vogue model. I think people have told me that's called vocal fry, but I don't know much about, like, doing your voice. I just talk like a normal person.
The thing is, though, is Super Eye Patch Wolf actually likes what he's talking about and actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's a little autistic about it. That's what makes his content good.
Yeah.
Transportation. No, Pilaf wanted to rule the entire world because he's a dick, you see. You're not supposed to cheer for him. He is the bad guy. He's the bad guy because he's selfish and deluded and power hungry. He doesn't care about other people, just himself. He can't even get his schemes to work because he is incompetent. Those aren't generally considered good traits for somebody who wants to rule the world. His plan is also to cheat his way to the top by collecting all the Dragon Balls and just wishing to be a god king. He wants to be worshipped and have all the power. He's a bad politician. So without saying it, because, you know, you're not supposed to treat your audience like they're stupid, Akira Toriyama created a megalomaniacal authoritarian dictator with the personality of a weasel to emphasize the general traits and personalities of said megalomaniacal authoritarian dictators. Children got that.
No! Children got that he is a basic bitch villain with the most basic bitch normal motivation in the world. Children got that, and you couldn't get it.
And nobody thought he would ever win because he's funny. He's like the dumbest villain you can ever encounter in shonen, with a competent assassin who is kind of an airhead at times and a dog ninja sidekick. Nobody thought they were ever going to win against literal monkey Goku.
He was a criticism of megalomaniacal dictators. Which one? Go ahead. Throw it out there. Who specifically was Toriyama criticizing? Or generally, like, what country was he concerned with at the time that might have a megalomaniacal dictator? Like... What are you smoking?
I can tell you a couple of countries, but I can't tell you America.
That immediately gave me a headache. I could feel it, like, in the back of my skull. Holy shit, you're stupid. Jesus Christ.
Children, with their little brains and lack of wisdom, they know that Emperor Pilaf is bad. So, I guess Dragon Ball was political?
How? Fucking what? Wanting to control the entire planet and everyone in it as like a super evil big bad guy is bad. That makes it political.
That's only what right-wingers do. This was right-wingers do that. Left-wingers don't do, communists don't do that.
You know what else is super political? Anytime your hero stops a murder, that's deeply political. Doesn't matter who they stopped it against, it's making the political statement that killing people is bad. God, you're fucking stupid. Holy shit. When you analyze stuff to this point, you just turn yourself into a moron. Because you have no idea what you're actually talking about anymore. Also, thank you for the head pass. I'm just...
We're like 10 minutes in, by the way.
God, kill me. Who chose this video? Kendra.
Listen, whoever chose that Beastars video back in the, back when we first started this, you can blame them.
And the message was that Arthurian dictators are bad and should get Kamehameha'd? Now I hear what you're saying. Lib take. Biased and unfair. You said you were going to be snarkless and based. Michael, you sound like some kind of anti-fascist terrorist. And you know what?
What the fuck are you saying?
I think this guy browsed the forums, the 4chan forums a little too much.
Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. What in this Marvel slop commie gobbledygook is this guy spouting? Emperor Pilaf is meant to be isn't meant to be a stand-in for anything. Only political brain rotted would think this way. Bro needs some tinfoil. Like he's trying to say it's like some kind of commentary on authoritarianism. Here's something your incy bitty little analysis muscle needs to actually consider before you analyze anything ever again. Is specifically what is the commentary of authoritarian dictator. Like you can't just say like what this guy wants would effectively be an authoritarian dictatorship. Therefore, the fact he is the bad guy makes it a political statement. No, what is the commentary specifically?
Not only that, what is the if it's a commentary on authoritarian dictatorship, who was in power at the time? They always be like, this is a commentary on dictatorship. It's like, who's the dictator at the time? Who is this specifically aimed at? Who is this specific dictator they are talking about here? Because if it's just dictator, you've kind of lost me.
Exactly. And thank you, Red Hair Cross, for the super. Funny thing, the most political thing about Dragon Ball is Frieza being based off a real estate speculators, which Toriyama thought were the worst.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Let's continue the video before I start talking about it.
Fair enough. That's just one character. You can't base a long
I can guarantee you're about to tell me he's going to talk about Frieza.
running series' entire message off of one character. So, let's talk about Frieza, the most important and long-running bad guy in Dragon Ball.
Holy shit. Why?
So, to base this entire argument, I'm going to give you a little history lesson. So, back in the day, when Toriyama was coming up with the Namek arc, Frieza was made because back then, Japanese, everybody was going through the Great Depression. They were going through their own Japanese recession. And there were house speculators like Frieza who were going around pumping up the prices to a lot of houses and leaving a lot of people homeless and a lot of people just struggling to pay rent and all that type of stuff. The thing is that Frieza is based on that. And you also have to remember that Frieza's come back like multiple times. And after the Tournament of Power, he's just still here doing his job.
Yeah.
Like, Goku didn't kill him again. They literally brought him back because he was fun to hang out with from time to time and fun to fight with. He should be dead, and he's not.
So what I'm gathering is that Frieza technically is a statement on the political landscape at the time in Japan. However, I guarantee like 100% he's not going to know that.
No, 100%. Because that wouldn't require him having knowledge of that basic interview fact for him. Also, he brings up the fact that, well, you see, Frieza goes around killing people and stuff. No. Frieza only kills very specific people. Not only that, but it's also revealed to the canon Dragon Ball Xenoverse games that the Frieza Force treats its workers like really well, gives the women maternity leave, gives everybody good pay. So working for Frieza sounds like a dream.
Yeah. They just also happen to be an intergalactic realtor.
Yes.
He's a space emperor who got his position through birthright, and nowadays we call that nepotism, but semantics. Frieza.
We do not call that nepotism. You don't even know how monarchies work. Holy why are you talking about politics? Passing down your monarchy through like, the birthright chain is like a staple of like monarchistic shit. And you somehow think it's like a nepo hire?
Well, you see, yes. He's all sophisticated and stuff.
You don't know, like, basic fucking political systems. Oh, God, it gives me a headache.
As a military dictator, meaning anything he says goes, or else. That policy is enforced by his military and special operative police force, the Frieza Force. He's an imperialist, which means he doesn't just rule over his own land, but goes out and illegally seizes land from other nations. In this,
just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just saying.
case entire planets. He does this by inflicting terror with his military might. He then uses the threat of annihilation or total genocide to enslave the native populations of these seized planets. He doesn't totally.
Yeah, also, chat points out, through birthright, like, rule, the children are typically trained from the time they are born to take over for the parent. So he is not some stupid Nebo baby that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He is somebody that has likely been born and raised to handle this from the day he exited the womb or was born from an egg or whatever the fuck Frieza's species come from.
We have even right now, we still have no idea how all we just know is that Frieza and his dad are specifically mutants of their original species, probably killed them, but are now just known as the Frieza race.
I just like the idea that they come from eggs.
That's pretty much mostly where people speculated, because it has to be eggs. There's no way I ever want to think about the possibility that Frieza's a mammal.
Fair.
Destroy and sell for his capitalist gains. So basically he's a megamaniacal authoritarian military dictator who kills anyone he disagrees with and makes his money using slaves and selling land he stole from his slaves. The total subservience to his...
Yeah, he's a realtor.
I want to keep in mind, only the anime shows that he kills his subordinates. The manga says that he does not kill anyone. Unless you are directly in line and you are that incompetent, he will not kill you.
Yeah.
And the only reason why he has the Saiyans as slaves is because he was specifically instructed by Beerus to kill them, and he just wanted to play around and make them his allies until further notice. And then when Beerus was about to wake up, he killed them.
It's just funny that, like, I know for a fact he's gonna say that Frieza's like military is based on America somehow, and it's like, you don't, like, it has a somewhat political message behind it, and you don't even get the right political message because you're such an annoying cunt. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're so like Amera-brained.
I should say this Frost Demons is still a fan name. That's just something that everybody else collectively agreed was a good name race, but no, they're literally just called the Frieza race.
Fair. Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super nepotism. It's fucking hereditary inheritance, you commie mongoloid. Thank you. I was trying to think of the word and I couldn't remember it. Also, Frieza is technically a prince. Unless the sub is drastically different, his dad is literally King Cold. Also, Cooler exists.
Cooler is still not canon. As much as we want him to be canon, he's not canon.
I just like the idea that their names are Cold, Cooler, and Frieza.
Oh yeah, no, they're all based on like different types of like freezer like stuff. That's why they're called the Frieza race and why everybody collectively agrees they should be called the Frost Demons.
I have to agree with chat as well. Imagine being a communist and then having that giant like shrine to capitalism in the background.
That's what most of them do nowadays. It's what is it, like the whole thing with like Hassan that's happening now, where he's literally like, why am I in a 5-star hotel? And literally the hospital down the street lost power to all of its ventilators.
Empire and rule makes him a fascist, which is, I know, a buzzword.
Second runner Ron DeSantis of being fascist, of course. Of liberal fascist.
Yeah, fascism is a buzzword when you use it to apply to every random asshole you disagree with. That's how buzzwords work. Oh, fascism's a buzzword. Look at all these people saying fascism's a buzzword. It's because you use it to apply to everyone. You're sitting here talking about anime being a critique of fascism, and you wonder why people think it's a buzzword.
They're both fascist.
Fascism, I mean, this is textbook fascism.
Fascism. That's media fascism.
President Trump is a fascist.
The F word. No, not that one. Fascism.
Certain people, fascists, get upset at the word fascist, or...
See. Certain people, like fascist, get upset at the word fascist. Okay, fascist.
Don't know what it means, which also makes them upset. They get upset when they're confused. So I'll make it simple. Fascism is an explicitly far-right political system because it's predicated on militaristic nationalism or racial identity.
He just made it the frick up.
Yeah, first off, you just made up the definition of fascism. Second off, saying something is explicitly right or left wing is, again, very American brained, because what is right and what is left is an arbitrary understanding based on what we consider our right and our left. That right and left are not actual political descriptors that are carried throughout history. They are a specific term we use in America to refer to like a sliding line chart. What's funny is anybody that actually cared about politics would know that a lot of political discourse is more of a square shape. So fascism is actually a far upper right. Depending on the chart you use, I think many charts actually it's a far lower right.
Listen, chat, you're asking for a source, but the source is that he made it the frick up.
It's so dumb.
In this case, the Frieza Empire and ultimate loyalty to said empire enforced by the military. Fascism is the rejection of democracy and suppression of any opposition to the power structure.
By the way, Palpatine was democratically elected. Like, I just think it's funny you're using this, and you're using this specifically because of the imagery of Order 66. However, not only was Palpatine democratically elected, but the people also democratically elected to kill the Jedi, branding them as traitors to the Republic.
So what you're saying is that Star Wars is actually a critique on the democracy.
Like, if he wanted to, you could make an argument that Star Wars is, in fact, a critique on the flaws of democracy and how it is easy for it to fall into populist speakers. But, like, it's just funny that you're using this because it specifically had nothing to do with fascism. It was a flaw in the Republic's version of democracy.
You see, people always describe Star Wars as having fascist villains. So I'm going to use a picture of the fascist villains. Now, will I actually use the correct image? No. I just heard about it from people online.
Exactly.
It kills people all the time, and why it's cool that
I meant to say, by the way, thank you, chat, for reaching my super chat goal for the stream. It is much appreciated. When you guys do this, it helps me be able to focus more on streaming, which is good because my work fucking sucks, and I may be quitting by the end of the year, or somewhere in between now and the end of the year, to just focus on stream stuff, which would be much more interesting. Then I just have to do this all day and torture myself. Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. Fascism is just commie on the national level. Communism is international version of fascism. Mussolini was literally a socialist, and he made the damn thing. They're both from the poison of socialism. Yeah, it's something a lot of people won't talk about, but fascism is inherently socialistic in that all of the wealth that gets sent to the government is supposed to be divided out among the people based on how they function.
Listen, the only thing I know about socialism, communism, and all of that is that the day we actually do it is the day humanity is wiped from this planet. I don't trust anybody on this planet.
He has slaves and wipes out entire peoples and cultures and will be emperor forever. Now, interestingly enough, our hero Goku is apolitical. Because he's an idiot. However, he always finds himself struggling against megalomaniacal authoritarian military dictators because despite being a big old dummy, he knows basic right from wrong. He's a hero.
Not really.
He's not it. Toriyama has literally stated Goku is not a hero. He just sides with the people that know, he's right on, he knows basic wrong from right, but Goku's not an idiot. He just does it because he cares, because you're killing people.
Yes.
And he's not a hero. Toriyama even said himself, he's not a hero. He looks like a hero, but he's just doing it because you're wrong.
Also, he will actively resurrect megalomaniacal fascist dictators just so he can fight them again.
Yes. Or team up with them.
Or team up with them.
What they do in the Tournament of Power.
Again, we go back to the Hitler meme video where they're scaling Goku villains based on Hitler's. And it's like, well, isn't Frieza like 10 Hitlers? And we're kind of cool with Frieza.
Vegeta's like, what do you mean I'm only half a Hitler?
You see, heroes, whether flawed or not, generally end up doing the selfless thing and triumphing in stories because doing the right thing is a more powerful motivator than doing the selfish thing. Goku is protecting the galaxy. The Ginyu Force, for example, are
He's not really protecting the galaxy. He's kind of just Earth.
The whole thing, that's what like some people who don't even really recognize from Dragon Ball, they did not dynamic because they wanted to stop Frieza. They were going there to get the Dragon Balls, and the whole thing with Frieza just so happened to coincide with them, and nobody was prepared, which is why Gohan had his neck snapped in the first couple of days they were there.
Yeah.
As by the way, Gohan as a like 5-year-old, yeah, I don't think you should put your 5-year-old in a situation like that. Almost like that was literally the whole point. They weren't trying to.
only protecting themselves. There's less at stake for them, and they lose to pure desperation. When Goku loses a friend in the struggle against Frieza, he is given a first-hand look at the experience trillions of people across the universe suffered under Frieza, and he's able to overcome his limits and go Super Saiyan.
That's not why he did that.
Or not. Learn what happens when you mess with the
Oh
most
my
powerful
gosh,
being in the universe!
Nisa, can you pause this?
Yeah.
Now I know exactly why he thinks that. It's because he's using the freaking he's using the freaking old funny dub. It's like Goku is a hero. Yeah, the funny dub was the old funny dub was what said that Goku is a hero and all that blah blah jazz. This guy's a Falconer. This guy's a Falconer simp. All the Falconer simps always get this stuff wrong. I can't believe it.
At least
Also,
he showed us what he was getting his information from.
not only that, it's like he wasn't mad that Krillin died because he realized what the people who were suffering under Frieza. He's mad at Frieza because they already revived Krillin once in old Dragon Ball, and you cannot resurrect someone twice with the Dragon Balls.
Which is kind of an arbitrary rule, to be fair.
They've kind of retconned it in recent years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Toriyama was making a point that evil far-right politicians need to get Kamehameha'd.
Oh my god!
You're gonna hate to hear this, homie. Basically, everyone in Japan, by your metric, would be considered far-right. Because they are still a deeply conservative country.
Oh yeah, wait, someone in the comments said he survived that, by the way. Oh yeah, no, he did. He was gonna come back to Earth too. Was it somebody also said, why didn't they show the Kai version? Because he's a Falconer simp. Nobody in the Falconer fandom likes the Kai dub, even though the Kai dub is more accurate.
Yeah.
Oh.
And again, this is Toriyama actually making a semi-political statement, and you fucked it up because you don't know what you're talking about, because your stupid analysis brain muscle is so tiny and so underused that the only thing it can think in terms of is fascism.
Oh my god.
You're such a dumbass.
The politics of Trunks coming back from the future, guys. We gotta connect it to the politics of Back to the Future.
Also, chat, you can kind of see like how things are separated out here. So we have this one, then we have this section, and then we have this gigantic fucking section, which I guarantee is One Piece.
Oh my gosh. Okay, before we get to that, I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Oh, this is so garbage.
The Dragon Ball's had a rule that the same person cannot make the same wish twice, which I'm pretty sure they just removed. So, God, what is it? Is it Bulma that's Vegeta's wife? Trust me, I don't know much about Dragon Ball. All I know is that one of them constantly finds the Dragon Balls just so they can wish to make themselves slightly younger looking every year. And Shenron gives them multiple wishes because they actually like them. What are the politics of Bulma flashing her coochie to Master Roshi? You know what? I think he's wrong, and he's trying to propagandize people not knowing the actual story of Dragon Ball because the left is only to believe the first thing they hear and see. Possibly. Bonsai Pop is that crazy old lady from Hot Fuzz who called Simon Pegg's character a fascist. Oh. I haven't seen anyone arguing that heroes are left-wing. Perhaps they believe it doesn't need to be said. Don't worry, we're going to get into that when he talks about One Piece. I guarantee he's going to do it. Thank you for the hip pats, by the way. But yeah, this guy's giving me a headache because he knows nothing. And I hate people that do this. Oh, I'm gonna do some analysis, guys. And then it's the dumbest fucking stuff you've ever heard. Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. Reminder, what the Japanese did to communist politicians back in the day. This guy would hate 95% of the actual Japanese if he knew their politics. Which, again, very true. Why dedicate so much to something you both hate and not understand? Exactly. It's so weird that they spend so much time talking about anime just to, like, try and twist it into some bullshit. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hello.
We continue.
Do that. I mean, children get it, guys. Children. Little stupid children, they get that. So you must too.
I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about with the children get that. Children got that Frieza was an evil dick and Goku needed to kill them. What specifically do you think children got out of that? Do you think that it was actually some like 7-year-old kid watching Dragon Ball going, yeah, Goku killed the far right political fascist?
Kids can't even spell far right.
Yeah, like, what do you think that kids got out of that, genuinely?
Considering Frieza's on the #1 popularity polls, a lot of the time I think they got the opposite message.
Yeah. No, I get that he's saying he thinks children are smarter than right-wingers, but it doesn't make sense what he's trying to claim that children got out of that. Like, what message do you actually think children got out of Frieza?
What children got is we got to put Frieza on the top 5 best Dragon Ball characters of all time.
Like, because if the only thing the children got out of Frieza was that Frieza was evil and needs to die, are you trying to claim that far-right fascists didn't understand that Frieza was the bad guy? Like, what are you doing?
Right? But come on. That's just 2 examples from insanely popular anime franchises. It's not like, I don't know, My Hero Academia was about class discrimination, government regulation, the youth bearing the weight of their predecessors' mistakes, and vigilante justice. Or Demon Slayer is an anti-authoritarian piece which deals with rapid modernization and an increasingly nationalist post-war government cover-up of a non-state secret police force. Or, I don't...
You are reading way too much into these.
Even then, it's like what we said earlier. A lot of this stuff is background fluff because we're not here for the politics. We're here for the cool people. Yeah. And it's not like shows haven't had secret organizations before. And even with the My Hero Academia one, #1, the class discrimination is like one character because he's the main character who immediately gets powers anyway. The discrimination against people with different mutation quirks, that gets addressed near only the end of the series. And again, with Demon Slayer, they're covering up the secret organization because kids think secret organizations are cool.
Yeah, I have to point out, chat says, are you sure the mangaka of Demon Slayer knows about Unit 731?
Keep in mind for what is it? I think like Demon Slayer takes place around World War I or World War III. Literally the whole thing. Notice this is I guess spoilers for people who are like in Demon Slayer. the entire manga at the end, they defeat the bad guy, the main big bad guy, and they just skip both wars because logically all the characters would be dead.
Yeah.
And so they skip to a modern day reincarnation AU.
I think probably a good example with the Demon Slayer stuff, he's trying to be like, this is a commentary on Japanese secret police force or some dumb shit. Do you think Men in Black is a commentary on the CIA controlling aliens or some shit? Like, no,
Yeah.
it's just like it's kind of like a meme that got taken too far and turned into like a cool movie concept.
But the commentary about how they'll wipe your memory.
Yeah. Like, it's not a commentary on anything political. It is just like it's a meme about a branch of government that went a little bit too far.
Then created 2 good movies and then a 3rd and 4th one.
I don't know if Hunter x Hunter deeply explored the philosophical concepts of genocide with the Chimera Ant arc. It's almost like artists tend to be woke and gay, and
We are not comparing Hunter
Being
x
against
Hunter.
genocide makes you woke and gay. Do you know how fucking low of a bar that is? Unless you are trying to turn genocide into just anything you don't like.
Also, in the Chimera Ants arc, it's a commentary on genocide of like the Chimera Ants and humanity, but they still have to defeat the Chimera Ants because they still want to kill off humanity. And then when the bad guy literally was shown that humanity was good on the inside, he then was like, all right, I'm not going to destroy humanity. I'm just going to create a biome for you to live in.
It's so dumb.
Like, he still had to die. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
If you don't love genocide, you're woke and gay.
Nah, if you do love genocide, you're woke and gay. No matter what side you're on, you still lose.
This is so dumb.
trans for all, you know, all that scary stuff you heard from your favorite manosphere influencer or Fox News host or dirtbag alcoholic divorced uncle. It's almost like if you liked and understood Fullmetal Alchemist, you'd have to acknowledge that Israel is doing a genocide, because, well...
Oh my god!
It is the Jews! We looped back to the Jews! I called it! I called it so early!
We're not comparing Fullmetal Alchemist! Oh my gosh!
Also, in your comparison, who's more likely to be the Jews? The vaguely Middle Eastern-looking nation, or the modernized German peoples?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard choice. If you go either way, it's really bad looking.
Oh, I can't believe we actually looped back to the Jews are a part of Fullmetal Alchemist. Oh, God.
The conspiracy was that it was the Jews all along, no matter what side.
I just think it's funny I called that so early.
Don't you know there's a genocide going on in Gaza? Like, I don't make that joke because I'm like, all right, I understand the severity, but you got people that say stuff like this, and it's like, all right, I'm sorry, I gotta do this.
Oh, this is so funny. Wolf Spain, thank you for the super. I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
The Ishvalan and Palestinian experience is basically one-to-one, and that would be really hard. Scary even, because it'd mean you were wrong. A lot. Maybe publicly, and that you...
Yeah, I'm sure Fullmetal Alchemist was a commentary on a military situation that would happen 15 years later. She's just that predictive.
We see war. War never changes.
Also, thank you for the raid, Nara. You guys are coming in at a horrendous time for these people.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you for the supers, Internet Zen Master. Maybe this is because I spent a lot of time debating the in-universe politics of 40k on 4chans back in the day that I'm used to it. This guy's political analysis is making my blood boil. This guy is so dumb.
Brother, I don't even get into politics like that. I like have like certain like
Fullmetal Alchemist is about the Jews in Palestine.
Like I talk politics. The closest I'll ever talk to politics is privately with me and my sister. We just throw back ideas back and forth. This guy is like talking to this guy's that one brick wall meme. This is exactly what he is. Because he's literally talking to nobody, and yet talking to a brick there.
Oh God. Let's see where else we go with this.
Hurt people who already are targeted by the powerful and corrupt people you or someone you love probably voted for. That
God, it's about Trump. It's always about Trump. Why is it always about Trump?
This guy still profits, by the way. He's still making these videos. He's still accepting the money. He's still doing his taxes. It's always, oh, the regime, let me fill my taxes in so the regime doesn't come knocking at my door.
maybe your pastor is in fact not based and is biased and unfair, and you were misled to further a political and economic agenda designed to funnel your money away from you and keep you in servitude until you die on the job.
Oh my God!
Look at your background.
Bungling your life. I hate people like this. It's like, well, your pastor. It's like, brother, you haven't entered a church since the day you got baptized as a baby in the Catholic Church. You don't know nothing, but you always have something to say. Oh my God!
If you walked into a church right now, you would spontaneously combust and get struck by lightning twice.
Oh, and I say this as someone who like had her family done wrong by the church multiple times. I can't stand people like this because they have no idea what they're talking about. Oh my God.
And he's going down this list of, oh, this pillar of consumerism. Look behind you. Turn around. What's on your fucking wall? And you're going to sit here and talk about like other people?
He has more things than me.
Like, look at his Switch shelf. I didn't even know there were that many Switch games.
I bet you a lot of them are remakes, too.
Like, this alone, this one Switch shelf has got to be thousands of dollars.
Oh my gosh.
You were so... Holy shit.
That your school may have failed you at best, or at worst deliberately did not teach you how to think critically, so you wouldn't, because when you don't...
Here's a mirror, buddy. Look in it. Look in it.
My thing is, even if I agreed with him, I would not want to agree with him just because his takes are that bad.
Exactly.
Think critically when you don't analyze or know basic history or have basic reading comprehension skills.
Don't know basic history, like not knowing that Fullmetal Alchemist was 15 years before the Israel-Palestine conflict.
Even better, did you know that the Democrats were the ones who were trying to advocate for slavery back in the day, and it took right-winger people to be like, whoa, 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 we gotta stop slavery, what are you doing?
It's really
I'm not saying
easy
things can't change, I'm just saying that he's really dumb.
to feed you bullshit. It's easy to prey on your fears, your fear of crime, your fear of your own impotence, your fear of progress, because change, you see, is scary.
I was born.
Why did you say fear of, like, change, and then your examples are progress and crime? Are you implying that in order for us to progress, we have to put up with increased levels of crime? And
Yes. This is funny because I stopped around like the 14-minute mark. I have not seen the rest of this video. Oh my god.
Thank you, Zedmaster. It's current year plus 10. We are really going back to Gamergate 2016 in this vid. I am unironically the Vietnam flashback meme right now. Holy shit.
Listen, I keep saying we're going backwards, guys. Like, if you notice, like, a lot of things are going backwards. We're getting the rise of Chuck Norris memes in the year 2026. You're just gonna keep going backwards.
Well, that's because he died.
It's not gonna get better.
We got Chuck Norris memes because he died. That's a little different.
Well, you see, it's still going backwards.
Also, sorry, chat. Chuck Norris didn't die. He just moved to his real estate in heaven. Thank you, Will Spain, for the super. Why did this turn into a slam poetry session? I don't know. Let's listen to white woman talk. It's what all of us need in our lives.
Remember, this is about anime.
Born and raised into the Mormon church, heavily indoctrinated family.
I was raised Catholic. I opposed abortion and gay marriage.
Everything was filtered through my religion.
I wanted America to be a white nation.
I hated everybody. I judged everybody. I was racist.
I had already been consuming content like Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, and Comrade Poole.
So...
Fucking Tim Pool, dude.
Who?
Tim Pool is like a far left. He's not far lefty. He's like center lefty who lives in like a house with like 10 other guys and all they do is skateboard and podcast all day.
Uh-huh. Not only that, isn't it known that the Mormon church is like a big old cult?
Yes.
Like what does that have to do with anime? Oh my gosh. Like, it's known.
There was this one meme I really remember about like wooden doors at Auschwitz. What? So the wooden doors meme is Holocaust denial.
I had always believed that homosexuality was a sin. That group think, that othering hit me like a ton of bricks. And I stood up and I told them, I said, I'm leaving. I'm not getting a drink. I'm not going to the bathroom. I'm leaving the Mormon church and I have never been back.
Wood, is not airtight. This doesn't make any sense. And therefore these gas chambers must not have actually been gas chambers.
As a white supremacist, and this is church doctrine that black skin was a curse from God. Leaving the Mormon religion took me exactly 2 weeks. My marriage would end. My whole entire life would collapse.
Because this was my lowest point.
My life before was very privileged. I was living in $1 million homes. Suddenly, my life collapsing made me see the other side.
My aunt, she asked me, where did you read about this? And when I kept digging, I found someone who showed me how absolutely wrong I was. I realized everything I had basically ruined my entire life over was just a lie.
Sleeping in my car.
No one cares. What the fuck are we doing? What is this?
I'm like, okay, these are some hard-hitting stories. There's just one problem. This is about big-tittied anime women and how Fullmetal Alchemist relates to veterans and the victims.
And your great examples are a white chick who is a Mormon, which is a cult, and fucking Ginger Bob Ross, who apparently was a Holocaust denier. What does this have to do with any of the shit you just told us?
Oh, well, you see, right-wingers, she said she was a white supremacist, Mizu.
And then I would no longer have that car. I would no longer have anything. And we were so happy to just have that soup, like that's all we had. My friend group became this beautiful melting pot. So I started to have all of these diverse friends and read diverse thoughts, and
You did not read diverse thoughts. And I don't say this to disparage what you went through, because the church is in many cases a cult, and they do kind of excommunicate you and fuck your life over if you try and leave. It sucks, right? But
so I've heard of the Mormonism, the Mormon, I think it was the Mormon YouTube channel where they just badmouth people that leave.
Yes. But the thing is, when you leave a situation like that, typically you just go to the other side and you don't hear diverse thought. You just trade exclusively one side for exclusively the other side. This is how you end up with super hyper cringe atheists like the Amazing Atheist, which just goes from being like a super Christian to a super atheist asshole who is the exact same thing, just now they don't believe in religion.
When you really think about it, that's how I actually met you guys.
Yeah.
Brain was being flooded with stuff that it had never even considered before. Learning to let go of judgment and empathize with other people in a way that I really never had before.
In the end, I ended up tearing down basically every single one of my beliefs and building up my entire worldview from scratch.
A large part of my journey towards radicalization was uncritically accepting misinformation.
Rather than look.
So what you did was you uncritically accepted other misinformation you found on the internet from a blog, by the way. Just so we're clear, you did supposedly all this research into the Holocaust that formed your deeply racist beliefs or whatever, and then all that was torn down by a fucking blogspot post, which is not research, by the way. It is a blogspot post. I'm not saying the stuff on it was necessarily incorrect, before I get some bullshit about that, but you really did not do anything.
It's like if you told us you went to a libraries and like actually like went into like stuff not on the internet, because you could like tear down one misinformation and then completely accept the whole other misinformation about how, I don't know, like the Jews had big feet or something.
A couple people in chat have mentioned it, but apparently Leaflet watched the Bob Ross guy video, and supposedly he just stopped believing what he believed because he wanted friends. So he basically just became a lefty to have more friends.
Sounds like he just didn't have friends to begin with.
Yeah.
Looking at that as them, I was learning to connect with the stories of humans. What if I was any of these people in this story who were going through this, rather than that was them, that wasn't me.
The illegals are bad, you see, because they bring all the drugs, which are bad and also illegal.
It can only good happen
if there are no illegals, because that means no drugs, and they broke the law, which is illegal, so they should be punished, which is just and fair and based. But what if, you know, that just wasn't true, and your life just sucks because you and everyone around you were brought up to eat the shit that's fed to you with a big smile on your face? What if the illegals were just people with feelings like you, and hopes and dreams, and families like you who...
Then they would fix their own fucking country. I'm tired of this dumbass argument of, well, they're just people. They just want the best for the world. Then why does their country suck ass so bad that they have to crawl through barbed wire with a 2-year-old to come into mine?
Not only that, but it's like, listen, I understand you want to come over to have a better life. But number two, the cartel is over there, and I don't want the cartel coming over here. And number three, some of those people coming, quote unquote, coming with their families, while some of them are legit families, some of them aren't. Some of them are just coming here to traffic kids, because the United States is one of the highest places to traffic kids. That's exactly why some of them do it. Like, brother, the whole what is it? Weed is now legalized, so they were like, oh crap, I can't make my weed, I can't sell weed like I used to do. So they came up with fentanyl.
Yeah.
To like come over here and poison everybody. So one guy had like bags upon bags upon bags that could literally kill someone. And you're like, well, what if they have families and stuff like you and me? Yeah, they're making money for their family so that they can harm mine. It's like, as much as I do care about your plight, I'm also not stupid.
Yeah. There's also, like, you're always like, oh, they're just good people that just want a better life in America. How good of a person can you be when you are selling your daughter into, like, sex slavery, or you're using your son as a drug mule to get a fucking cartel member to take you across the border? Like, oh, but they're just trying to get to America by any means necessary. Yeah, well, the means they're using make them a fucking horrendous person. I need a better life. Does that give me, like, a right to just go kill somebody and steal their money? Well, I'm just trying to get a better life for myself. I don't understand why you're treating me so poorly. You know, life's just so difficult. I just had to kill that man to get it.
Not only that, every single time they say this, they don't say the same thing when that person is on the news and then they list out all their crimes in the media. There's like, oh yeah, Jose was like trafficking drugs and stuff, but you didn't care that Jose was doing that when he was coming in. You saw him in the video being like sad that he couldn't come over here because he couldn't take his family with him over. That is sad. You're not going to be sad for him when it's like he killed like 20 people in a shootout. It's like you should have, he deserved it or whatever, or blah, blah, blah. It's like there's so many layers to this that are complex, which is why we have the divide that we do, because everybody wants to make it one side of the political spectrum. And it's like, no. On the one hand, I care, and on the other hand, I also want to live to walk my streets.
Yeah.
Like, come on. It's one of the reasons why you got some black people who are like, I don't want to be in the hood anymore because all of y'all want to kill each other. I want to be bougie. And then you get kicked out and ostracized because you're bougie. And it's like, yeah, and I'm still going into my mansion. Like, oh my gosh.
Also, thank you, Internet Zen, for the 10. Catholic here, but I've poked the Mormon issue a couple times with Mormon friends. They used to have those views on blacks, but that stopped decades ago. Latter-day Saints is a bit weird, but not white supremacist. Fair.
In chat, I only say that because it sounds bad. I only say that because my family went through that. So, like, yeah. I know a thing or two about people that literally who would literally, like, do that in, like, the black community. It's, like, insane how you don't notice it until you're older. Oh, my gosh.
Work hard like you and do the jobs you think you're too good for. What if illegal just meant...
Actually, no. They're lowering the price of work by causing businesses to hire some dude who's willing to take $2 an hour illegally under the table. And then people are like, oh, so you think those businesses should get away with that? No, I think they both should be punished. I think you should get the fuck out of my country. And I think that business should be like sued into the dirt for hiring 1 million people at $2 an hour to do all the work they should be hiring a regular person a legal wage to do.
It was like one of those like food boxes. The boxes, was it not BetterHelp? It was I think it was Factor or one of the other food ones. They got caught hiring like kids in a factory to like box up the food for people. Yeah. And then we just never heard about it again. Oh my gosh.
I think the wild part is people like more on my side are the ones like, yeah, they both suck. We should like both of them should get fucked into the dirt. And then people on your side that are supposedly pro-immigrant are like, don't you want your immigrant slaves? Do you hear yourself at all?
We saw The View. You don't have to remind us, Bees.
They didn't have a piece of paper. What if the only reason they didn't have that piece of paper was because it was deliberately unattainable, but they had to flee where they came from because risking getting put in a concentration camp is a better alternative to assured death? That'd mean they probably shouldn't be put in concentration camps by a bunch of fat, bald, incompetent white dudes who wear masks because they're giant racist pussies. That'd be weird. So let's talk about One Piece. Recently...
This guy's a pussy already. Oh my gosh.
The Trash Taste podcast had Hassan Piker on the show. He's a divisive political figure. Some people think he's a far-left psycho. Some people think he just has some basic common sense.
Yeah, like you should murder your political opposition. Oh, that's what Hassan says every fucking day. Oh, some people think he thinks basic common sense. Yeah, he said America deserved 9/11 and we should do another one.
Oh, we're not going to bring that up, Mizu. We're also not going to bring up the fact that he put up the schematics of the thing that shot Shinzo Abe, and then we called it the doohickey.
Yeah, he's also multiple times said that we should kill certain politicians.
Like, to the point that politicians called out Twitch being like, why is this person shouting death at us?
Oh, here, and let's not even just talk about, like, the dumb shit Hassan says against his political opponents. It's clearly you don't care about his political opponents. He also just electrocutes his fucking dog because he hates his dog for some reason. He's an animal abuser. I don't understand what dumb shit you people are on.
I think from the wording of how he said it, it's very clear that he's a simp. This is the Hassan simp that we were all told about but didn't believe until we had to see it for ourselves.
Also, thank you, Angel, for the super. These terminally political people suck, by the way. Political talk is now taking up more time than the anime talk. Just want to talk anime. And Internet Zen Master, thank you for the super. Also, temporary migration visas for seasonal work from Mexicans has been a thing since Reagan. That covers what this dumbass is talking about. Also, anyone pro-Hassan should be kept out of anime. Yeah.
I am unbiased, fair, and or based. I'll say... No comment. Now, the trash taste guys, right? Sea-Dog, Joey, the Anime Man, and Giga are kind of the forerunners of what people call Anituber, which is...
No, they're not.
Two of them. Two of them. Two of them.
Yeah.
And one of them is not Connor.
Yeah, I don't know why he, like... This is how you know he knows nothing about anime, because he says that Connor is the forerunner of AnimeTube. First off, Connor is like a fairly newcomer to anything at all, not just AnimeTube.
Connor used to do, because I used to watch his content back when he still did it. He used to do like dub stuff. He used to be like in the dubbing community. I trust Giguk and Joey's opinion more because not only are they actually Asian, they actually grew up and like anime and stuff. Connor just did Black Butler dubs and the occasional like fan dubbing thing with everybody else because it was the funny gimmick thing. And then he just stopped doing that and became a generic blogger.
Exactly.
Kind of funny, because outside of the occasional Giguk video, they mostly ignore anime and just fuck around while making millions of dollars a year.
All of New York.
You're making an anime video when we just spent 10 minutes talking about your shitty political beliefs about the Mormon church.
Best pizzas. I've asked a bunch of New Yorkers that I know.
It's getting crowded, bro. Can you believe me that this is actually a business day?
The American dream.
So, I have no idea why you showed those two clips, because he's trying to say, oh, they don't even talk about anime anymore. One of them, yes, is in New York. The other one, if you look at the stands behind him, is clearly at some sort of anime convention.
Yeah, I was about to point. I'm like, so you took two clips of one guy who literally, if you did not know he was Sea-Dog, is just a random guy walking in, and even just having a basic glimpse with all the blurred signs in the convention, you can tell Joey likes animes in at least at some sort of nerd convention. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where he is. He's clearly at a convention of some sort, though. And he's just sitting here trying to be like, oh, he just fucking, he doesn't even talk about anime anymore. He just vlogs like his daily life. This is some kind of convention. Also, chat seems to think it's Kamiket. It could be.
Might be.
It's such a stupid thing for you to try and call out.
This is actually a business day.
The American dream, except none of them are American or live in America. Joey's Australian and Connor and Giguk are from the UK, but just like our politics, our boner for capitalism is global. Now let me tell you a little secret. Unlike
Yeah, your boner for capitalism is global. Have you looked behind you, like just once? Gee, you can't use this argument, dude.
me, who is fair and unbiased, and in fact super based, when a content creator takes a political stance, they instantly lose a portion of their audience, which makes sense, right? If you say something like Benjamin Netanyahu is a nationalist, ethnocentric war criminal guilty of conducting a genocide, some people are going to get mad and never watch one of your videos again.
Literally just Israel. Like, literally everyone hates Netanyahu. Left, right, center, 4chan, Reddit. Like, you think you're so clever and smart for saying this, and then it's something that, like, everyone collectively agree... It's a guy that everyone collectively agrees sucks. Also, thank you, Frog Jupiter, for the super physiognomy check, nose ring, massive tats, USSR hat, clearly worthy of mental asylum resident. Also asked Piker about the E5 courthouse in Amsterdam. I mean, that's another thing. Hassan likely slept with an underage girl in Germany.
Oh, that is okay. That's the reference. I'm like, I don't know about what that is, but I think it's related to that.
Yeah, he went to a brothel, and literally, like, a month after leaving the brothel, that brothel was shut down because everyone working in it was underage.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, that doesn't prove that he slept with an underage girl. Where he went to a brothel to sleep with a girl, and every single girl there was underage. So, do the math.
Even though the man is specifically stoking anti-Semitic hate by conflating the government of a nation to all Jews, all of a sudden, people are going to call you anti-Semitic. It's why so many creators tend to just publicly ignore anything controversial. It's business. They're here to make money. Don't tell you how much they make because you probably wouldn't support their Patreons anymore. They say things you like to hear because it makes you feel good and makes you come back so they can make more money
you say, as this is also your whole career. Go on, let's see your analytics, bro.
Also, people know that they give them money because the reason why people give money is to not only show support, but that if something were to happen that was really dumb that the creator tried to brush off, they'd pull back their money in support and it might hurt them.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason why they donate. So that, number one, you have a transaction, you give them, you transaction your money to the content creator, and the content creator gives back. If they don't give back, you don't give them their money. And I encourage that.
Also, Mr. Guy who does this as a job, go ahead, show your analytics. Like, why are you insulting them on this when it's your job too, allegedly? Like, it's such a dumbass thing to try and call out. It's literally the pot calling the kettle black. Like, oh, you just say shit because it makes you money on YouTube. Said the YouTuber in his YouTube video.
With his my 5 bagillion stuff in the background.
Yeah. With his literally like thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars of video games and movies.
Oh my gosh.
Dickhead. Also, looking at it more, he might have like a Gundam right here. Really hard to see though.
Okay.
Etc., etc.
Right
but the Trash Taste Boys made a mistake, because simply having someone like Hassan Piker on the show was political. And if that wasn't bad enough, they started talking about One Piece. Now, One Piece is more than just an anime. It's like a thing all on its own. There are people who...
That's a standing air conditioner. Those go for like $500.
Not only that,
if your
but the
room's
reason
hot,
why
that's not that much. It's an investment.
The reason why people hated the fact that Hassan was on the podcast is because he told someone to die.
Yeah. So yes, it is kind of a political statement to bring Hassan onto your podcast because his entire life is politics. That's like bringing on the governor of a state to your podcast and being like, everybody thought it was a political statement. It's literally politics. This is the one time it is literally politics, and you're trying to say that it is not politics.
Was it? And he celebrated the Houthi pirates who had taken Chinese hostages that weren't even a part of any conflict. We haven't found those hostages, by the way.
Yeah, they're just dead.
So yeah, it's almost a wonder why people just were like, "Hey, I don't think you should bring this guy on here."
Don't watch anime, but they watch One Piece, or people who don't read comic books, but they read One Piece. It's surpassed its basic niche to become a literal phenomenon, but it causes a problem. For example, there's this funny thing that happens whenever one of our videos pops off. At first, the comments and like ratio are awesome, 99% upvotes. People are encouraging and nice and share awesome stories and anecdotes. But then people who don't know the channel start seeing the video, and no matter how fair, unbiased, and ultra-based I am...
Stop saying based. You're not based. You're fucking cringe. Go step on a Lego, you cringe motherfucker. I am tired of you saying, oh, how based I am. Stop saying based. It is not your word. You are not allowed to use it. That is our word. That is the word of my people.
Not go step on a Lego.
Go step on a Lego.
Oh my gosh.
They, no cap, seem to think I'm some kind of far-left Antifa cuck. It's weird. But that's what happens when something becomes popular. The wider the audience, the wider the diversity in worldviews and experiences there are. So naturally, as someone who reads books and does daily analysis of domestic and international politics does, Hassan starts talking about the themes of One Piece, and I'll let that play in a second. But for the uninitiated, One Piece is a series about pirates. You know, people who live outside of the law. Outlaws, you might call them if you're cheeky. So, if our heroes are outlaws, because I'm cheeky like that, then from their perspective, the villains must be the government, the police, the military? But that sounds political.
Actually, 99% of their villains are other pirates.
Yeah.
Yes, there is an overarching thing with the world government and the Navy. However, 99% of the time, he is fighting other pirates.
Not only that, there's still like the whole thing about the Navy is that they're uncovering the secrets of the Navy, and they wouldn't have that. Like, what is it? One of the characters is Vivi, and they don't. And even though she is technically a Straw Hat, she can't go with them because having the princess would be a political statement and put Alabasta, her country, in danger. So she works from the inside to uncover the government secrets. While that is going on, there are other government dogs and other government people in position who do their best to try and uncover a bunch of other things. There are some irredeemable people in there, but there's also good guys in the military. It just like you have to like boil down One Piece to 4 Kids One Piece in order to like do half of the gymnastics this guy is doing.
Also, thank you, Akko and Temp, for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We are talking about pain. Something else I was going to say is also a lot of people in the Navy aren't shown to be bad guys directly. They're just against the Straw Hats and the other pirates. And it's like that doesn't make them bad guys because technically Luffy is a terrorist.
Not only that, there's like a series. What is it? There's like a short that came out recently called One Piece Fan Letter, and it shows that some of the government guys, even though they don't say it out loud because they might get retaliated against, they think Luffy and them are like the coolest.
Thank you, Beardmaster, for the super. Didn't the word based come from right-wing circles, just like the word Chad came from incel circles? Pretty much, yeah.
And that doesn't even take into consideration other villains in the series, like other pirate crews who take over entire countries, which our outlaw heroes then liberate because the government has struck a deal with those pirates and made them warlords, which is... That's all too confusing. That's just...
What does he do when he takes out those pirate warlords? Does he instate a monarchy? You fucking dumb. This is what I'm talking about earlier, about like he doesn't want to go the full 9 yards. He wants to stop halfway and be like, government bad. Okay, so how come if government bad, he reinstated a more extreme form of government as soon as he took out the old government?
And it's not, he just takes out the bad guy and then just like, hey, like, oh, previous king who was probably like, I don't know, transformed into a piece of broccoli and de-transformed. You can be king again. It's like, this guy's probably like out of touch, old, proper, like I don't know. It's just, this is so dumb. Cause it's like, bro, what are you even talking about? It's like One Piece is political, but you cannot compare it to the politics of now.
Exactly. Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super fair, unbiased, and ultra-based. If you have to keep saying it, you're none of those things. You commie soy jack. This guy reeks of commie envy. VTubers like Kirsch or even Nux would be less incendiary guest than Hassan is. Pretty much.
See what this leftist extremist has to say about it.
Oh yeah, love One Piece. And obsessed with everything.
Which is a very political anime, Connor.
It's okay. Well,
what aspect? Oh my god! Every single arc quite literally details like leftist politics, which I think Oda is. Oda is one.
Notice that the 3 guys in the room, even the one guy that most anime fans would consider a tourist, are laughing at Hassan's take because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And yet you're the one that's latching onto Hassan like, oh, look how smart he is.
One Piece is political, and it's literally just a shonen battle.
They're laughing at him because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
100%. Oda is 100% a leftist, first of all. He has a Che Guevara photo in his studio.
Let him cook.
So,
let him cook.
Alabaster, right?
Yeah.
Which is definitely political, but like not as aggressively. But it's about like resource deprivation, things like that. But then
bringing up the Alabaster arc is probably the worst arc you could ever come up for your commie political beliefs.
Not only that, the whole thing is like they have resource deprivation because Crocodile has the sand fruit. And get this, when you get rid of all the water, you know, the one weakness of the bad guy, you're kind of deprived. They don't get rid of it just for politics. They get rid of it because it's literally his one weakness.
Exactly.
which again may be a little bit too long as an arc, is quite literally about like, you know, indigenous populations being removed from their land and like violently trying to you know, find autonomy and emancipation through, you know, through violent means directly against like an enemy that is much more powerful than them. That is like, you know, that's like a land back movement, which is inherently very political, very leftist.
I feel like I watched a different. I read it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there you see the three guys that actually know anything about anime. Even the tourist at the table is acknowledging that, yeah, no, Hassan did not fucking watch this anime. He heard some dumb shit and is just repeating it because this is not at all what happens.
Yeah. And it's like Oda has a picture of a guy of a political guy in his studio. Did you know that as an artist, you're going to be collecting a lot of things you do or don't agree with because it either looks cool or it could give you inspiration?
Oh,
that doesn't mean you're a leftist.
This is actually something I learned specifically watching Overlord and doing a little research into Overlord. So do you know in Overlord, the main character, like everybody in his guild basically made an NPC, right? Yeah. That is like, they made a bunch of NPCs, but each of them made like a special NPC that is like theirs, and it really defines who they are as a character. And then we finally meet Ainz's NPC, and it's a mimic that is dressed like a Nazi and immediately starts speaking German.
Yep.
And Ainz is like ridiculously embarrassed about it, and he tries to play it down. So that caused me to do like a little research into it to see like if it was just like a little kind of off-color joke that they made. To where I found out that in Japan, among certain segments of the population, when you get to like a certain age, kids will decide to either go like full Nazi or full commie just to be edgy. Like go like really hard on it just to be like super edgy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that was kind of referenced with that is Ain's version of being super edgy was he did the Nazi route. So he's got a German speaking mimic that wears like it's a yellow outfit, but it is definitely reminiscent of like an SS uniform.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt that Oda might have some commie shit laying around his office, but it was likely just for edge's sake. And as an adult, he probably isn't like super commie, like going on about it.
Listen, he probably reminisces about his old like edgy days because guess what? Sometimes you look back at your cringe phase with either cringe or fondness because that's just what you do.
Yeah.
The only people that are embarrassed about it are people who want to have a quote unquote clean slate.
Describes to him, he's like, "What are you talking about?"
It's about like, man, I saw funny gum man.
Yeah, first of all, Luffy is a terrorist. I mean, he is. I mean, he literally is. He is a freedom fighter in the most like honorable sense of the word. Yeah. He is quite literally fighting against an unjustifiable, corrupt military apparatus that is like holding the entire world hostage.
He doesn't know about, by the way. Like, the world government does not become a thing for like a long ass time in One Piece. At least not to the main character's perspective.
Yeah, not only that, but it's like, well, he's a terrorist and a freedom fighter. Pirates literally will do like some of the sickest things because they want to see their bounties go up.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a whole thing in One Piece. Like, a character's achievement is based on how big their bounty is. Like, bro.
The world government and the Navy, he's literally killing cops.
I think he might be right. I think One Piece might be political.
It's not. You don't know what you're talking about. They're all laughing at Hassan because he got basically everything wrong.
He doesn't even kill Oda literally states Luffy does not kill anyone because crushing their dreams is better than killing them.
Also, thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. There's a reason why people love Millennium from Hellsing. All the edgy kids in Japan love that shit. Yeah, like, he's not getting the idea that, like, to a degree, you aren't supposed to, like, be super offended at, like, Crocodile, right? Crocodile is just supposed to be kind of badass. And you're supposed to
Exactly.
show like Luffy's more badass because he beat him. But it's not like, oh, you're supposed to, Crocodile's supposed to be like a reference to real world, like pain and suffering, and you're supposed to be super offended at everything Crocodile does. It's like, no, Crocodile is a badass pirate, and he gets beat by a bigger badass pirate.
Heck, people still make theories about him because they want him to come back.
Yeah.
There's a reason why the Croco Mom theory exists. People want him to come back so badly. They speculate that Crocodile's Luffy's mom on a hormone change thanks to Ivan Cobb. That's how much people want him back. Oh my god.
Inherently political even. Maybe so political you'd have to be an absolutely mind-melted moron not to see it. One Piece is in fact...
It's amazing how the 3 people that actually watched all of One Piece said you were wrong, and you, who watched literally, like, the second arc of One Piece, not even to completion, think that you know better.
Not even the second arc. Like, there's, like, a ton of arcs in between. So you had to watch over like 100 episodes to still miss the point.
I actually don't think many of them had to watch much at all. I think some of them may have watched it a little bit while they were younger, because 4Kids like to replay the Crocodile episodes a ton. Like, because they didn't go in order. I don't know how many people remember this, because I think I'm one of the few people that actually watched 4Kids on a regular basis. But every time they did One Piece, it was either the initial Buggy the Clown episodes, or it was redoing the Alabasta arc over and over and over again, just the Crocodile bits.
Well, nobody likes to watch people walk in the desert. You want to watch them punch the bad guy. If 4Kids can get it better than you, why can't you?
Thank you, Anano, for the super. They don't understand that the JRA is the literal communist terrorist group that all of Japan hates, but knows all of their media is communist. Also, they also did the end of Arlong Park as well.
So political, the Straw Hats Jolly Roger has been adopted as a symbol for youth revolts in multiple countries. I'm going to quote from The Guardian here.
That doesn't make it true. That just makes them stupid kids.
Not only that, but the reason why it's political is because of these kids, not because Oda came out and said, I support these kids.
Yeah.
Now, if Oda came out and said, I support him, that'd be another thing. But it's not political. But One Piece isn't political because some kids adopted a flag. That's just you being brain dead and not understanding their actual politics, because you're sitting in there with your bagillion items that cost thousands upon thousands of dollars and cheering from your computer with your ramen noodle cup being, yeah, man, you do that political thing, but away from me.
Indonesia. It was hung outside homes, on motorbikes, cars, and trucks in a sign of discontent with the government that boiled over into deadly protests railing against lavish perks enjoyed by politicians. In Nepal, it was draped on the golden gates of the palace that houses parliament as young people toppled their government. In the Philippines, it was raised at rallies by protesters furious at alleged government corruption. The flag, showing a cartoon skull wearing a straw hat, taken from the hugely popular Japanese anime One Piece, has become a symbol of defiance and hope. It's also being used in Madagascar and right here in America. And the thing is, Hassan is just laying out the bare minimum here off the top of his head. Meanwhile, the internet...
And he's wrong. Like, you skip over this part. You just keep saying, but Hassan said it. Hassan said it. Yeah, he said the wrong thing because he's stupid.
Again, these people just sit on their butts and then be like, we're fighting for the politics. And you sit on your couch talking about countries that have actual issues going on. Like, oh my gosh, you just you're not going to do anything if something happens to America, aren't you?
That's most famous and beloved weebs are not only sitting, guffawing like a bunch of fucking morons, but look at this. I could just see Joey sweating dollars. He's so uncomfortable because of a base level literary analysis of fucking One Piece.
He was so uncomfortable
oh my God,
because
if you want to suck his cock so badly, why don't you do it right now?
Yeah. I actually think he was so uncomfortable here because he knew, like, what mistake they had made when it happened. As soon as Hassan, like, started off on it, he's like, shit, we should not have brought this guy in here.
It takes a 5-year-old would have been able to understand that.
Let me explain things very clearly for those in the back. Anime and manga are part of a counterculture, not just globally, but specifically in Japan. Japan is
No, they're not. In fact, it came out at one point that much of rom-com anime was directly sponsored by the government to try and convince people to have babies. Like, you genuinely have no idea what the fuck you're talking about because you have so little knowledge about this subject that you just, like, you physically cannot have an informed take on it. You are using your Western bias to analyze Japanese media.
Yes. Tell us the counterculture of redo of healer.
Yeah. Like, you are strictly using your Western bias and trying to use that to analyze the media of a completely different country with a completely different culture and a completely different set of values.
a country with a rigid social structure based on hierarchy above anything else. Its work-life balance is fucked, and anyone who doesn't fit the mold gets ostracized. Things have changed there a little, but mangaka and anime nerds have been looked down on by the majority since the medium came about.
In America, yes. In Japan, they're sort of like mini celebrities. Like, I don't know what crack you're smoking, bro, but again, it's different countries with different values.
Yeah.
Like, literally, anime and manga has always been seen as, like, an amazing thing in Japan because it literally saved their economy, you fucking retard, after World War II.
Like, when you get to the actual anime sphere, you actually find out who the real celebrities are. The voice actresses and actors, for one thing.
Japan has actual government officials that cosplay anime characters at official government events. And you're sitting here looking me dead in the eye and saying, people in Japan that like anime are outcast. You're fucking stupid. You're genuinely stupid.
One of the biggest rom-com artists who created Love Hina is literally he literally quit being a mangaka to become a politician to defend mangaka's rights.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
You don't know what you're talking about. It is a core cultural touchstone over there. Like, it's like coming to America and saying, if you like football, you're kind of an outcast. Like, football is seen as like this weird niche thing that not many people are that interested in. It's to that level, if not more.
Oh my god. You think he's gonna understand that analogy, Mizu? I mean, unfortunately, you're not based in Ultra Chungus like him.
Like, it's when you get to the end of the video here where you realize just how little he knows about anything. Also, some people are mentioning otaku. That's another thing, is outside of Japan, a lot of people seem to think otaku means person who likes anime, which is not at all. First of all, it doesn't even have anything to do with anime in Japan, specifically. It just kind of means, like, a super fan of anything. Any one specific thing. For some reason, outside of Japan, it became strictly somebody who likes anime a lot.
That only happened because people found out about anime first, and then they connected the dots to anime, but pretty much just like you said, if you actually know about anime and you don't read off of Wikipedia like this guy does and keep sucking off Hassan, then you would know more than that. But I don't think he's going to jump off Hassan at any point throughout this.
Yeah.
It's an impractical financial and social risk to chase the dream of making a hit manga. So the people who do it are fucking weird. They understand.
It's really not. A lot of manga authors actually tend to... I won't say they become, like, famous, but a lot more of them make it than probably do in America just doing, like, shitty art comms on Twitter.
Yeah. Not only that, yeah, it's because they actually know how to do a business thing.
Yeah.
It's called getting a job.
And, like, yeah, do some run a job and then they also do their manga stuff? Yeah, they do. That doesn't mean that manga is, like, a small thing that not many people read. That's like saying not many people watch TV in America because I can't film a TV show in my backyard and get on Netflix the next day. This is such a retarded line of thinking.
understand oppression and repression. They have a different view on society than the little worker bees do. So they put it in their art. It's how they
They are the little worker bees. Do you shit. Why are you so dumb?
Do you think he actually understands how making a manga works, Mizu, or do you think he sits back in his communist recliner?
Yeah.
express that dissatisfaction with the generally corrupt status quo. This is how counterculture works. It's why it's called counterculture. It is counter to the accepted culture. And the illiterate babies crying about people analyzing the primarily leftist sentiments in anime is just a start, because they're bitching about punk and metal music too. They want to keep politics out of punk and metal, the genres that brought us early hits like Nazi punks, fuck off, and war pigs. What it seems like.
The difference is that as much I have a limited knowledge on punk and metal, but the reason why they don't want politics and punk and metal is because a lot of those people got bought out by the politicians to support themselves.
Really?
That's why people don't want it there.
Also, really quick, let me grab it. Grab it. Fuck you. This is the country you're saying that Japan, that anime is a niche in. It's just a little niche thing that, you know, it's not really the prominent culture, and it's kind of looked down upon.
Mizu, that's clearly Akihabara. That's clearly the niche, the one anime spot in the entirety of Japan.
It's just so stupid. Like, holy shit. Even their fucking horse races sponsor anime. Like, everything has an anime.
Keep in mind, like, Akihabara is the well-known place, but there's now other places now. Like, I found out recently, Akihabara is dying, so they're just moving to more places because Akihabara is dying. So it's getting more well-known and spread out. They have the 3D what is it? They have that little 3D sign where, like, they make the anime girls sit there. They sponsor VTubers. They have mascots and stuff. It's like, it's not this niche thing anymore, because guess what? Stigmatization is cringe and weird, and they moved on from that, and it makes some money.
There are regions of Japan that have anime girls as mascots. Like, what counterculture do you think you are? Do you think just because cringe right-wingers on Twitter don't like anime that Japan hates anime? They produce it.
Yes.
It's their #1 export, other than fish.
Just say it like you said it. It's like anime and fish.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong there, bro. Oh yeah, VTuber politicians too.
Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. If manga wasn't a big deal in Japan, Rumiko's Ranma 1/2 and Inuyasha wouldn't have become anime in the 90s when Japan was suffering from a depression.
Yeah.
Is that people want the branding. They want to be a punk or a metalhead or a weeb on the outside, you know, to set up a brand, an image for themselves they can sell on TikTok or whatever. But they don't want the smoke for or don't agree with the largely leftist ideologies these works are predicated upon.
You are such a crack smoker.
Mizu?
My face is literally hot from how irritated I am with this guy.
How black is the pot calling the kettle?
Oh, it's the blackest pot. It is that Fanta black shit that one company made that physically absorbs all light and can't be seen. Also, thank you, Devastator, for the 10 gifted subs, and congratulations to everyone who got one. Yeah, so have you seen Vanta Black before?
Yes.
Yeah, Vanta Black absorbs 99.965% of all visible light. He is the Vanta Black. The Vanta Black of pots.
Oh my gosh. You're not wrong. It's so good. It's so terrible. I love it.
AKA, these people are stupid and shallow posers trying to cash in on you. That isn't to say there aren't bad faith far-right individuals who make manga, punk music, or metal. There's plenty, kind of. Because if you're making nationalist punk music, it's not really punk. It sounds similar, but it's lacking the fundamental spirit of...
If you're making any political party of punk music, you're not making punk music. You are making political party music. You're making propaganda music. Stop trying to claim you are punk by simping for a far-left government. You are cringe and you are gay.
Listen, it's like that one image I saw about how people are like, you can be punk, but you can't be any of the things. And literally one of the punk people had a tattoo to swastika on them. It's like they don't believe it anymore, but they still did it.
Yeah, the OG punks were literally covered in swastikas. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, that you can't be punk and far right.
You see, Mizu, it's about being counterculture, but not that counterculture.
Yeah. Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. I am 2 minutes away from morphing into the anime version of Vivian James and screaming, "Keep your politics out of my anime, you tard." Listening to this guy, also counterculture, is right wing now. Yeah, chat, don't you love our anime video that has nothing to do with politics?
Of liberation and rebellion that these genres were based on. It's not rebellious in any way or cool to be far right, because being far right is fundamentally conformist, whether it's through race, social structures.
You don't know what conformist means. Conformist means conforming to the current dominant belief structure. If there is any large percentage of the population that believes what you believe, you are a conformist. You want to think you're edgy just because Trump is your president. However, you are still a conformist because we live in a two-party political system where the party you believe in actually does have like 50% of the power in this country.
Military states or belief structures. And yes, I am being hard on the trash taste guys specifically here, but it's just a symptom of a larger issue. They have the ears of millions of people, and hey, I don't know, maybe they're as stupid as this pod made them seem, but I kinda doubt it. Both Australia and the UK are pretty politically cooked, and it's not like Japan is faring any better right now. And let's be fair, these guys aren't obligated to take a stance, but playing dumb or being dumb isn't just cringe, it's embarrassing to the collective intelligence of their audience. Or it should be. I don't know. Tribalism is crazy. And I do personally think
you don't come to the anime, you don't come to Trash Taste because I don't come to Trash. You know one of the reasons why I stopped watching Trash Taste? Because they stopped talking about anime. I don't go to Trash Taste to hear about the next politician of Jimmy Kimmel or whatever. I come because I want to see what dumb stuff they found that day. And then they stopped doing that and became super normie, and so I left.
Exactly.
That's what happened with most fans of Trash Taste. Because I came for anime, didn't get anime. So I don't want to come here for politics. I don't care if it's like, oh, I have the voice of millions of people. Because you have voices of millions of people already. And yet your words are falling to the ground because you don't know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh.
that it's the responsibility of people with a voice to educate themselves and use that voice for good and progress, but that is an opinion, you see, not an authoritarian mandate. I can't nor would control other people, but the fact of the matter is that not only is most anime political, or at least messaging against the very evils we are witnessing at home and abroad, but the heroes of said anime are literal anti-fascists. Dragon Ball, One Piece, Fullmetal, Utena, Akame ga Kill, Kill la Kill.
He mentioned your favorite.
You know what?
He also called it Utena.
He meant this guy. I think we need to get rid of this guy. We just need to get rid of this guy.
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy. Oh man.
Nuh-uh, man. What's that all mean about? We would literally be happier if we did not hear this video right now.
Gurren Lagann, Hellsing is literally about killing Nazis. God damn it, there is even a worker strike in Little Witch Academia, and
why? Hellsing is literally about killing Nazis. Yeah, Alucard also kills an entire, like, innocent police force that was just told there was a monster in a hotel, and there factually was a monster in the hotel.
Oh my god.
Also, you can't tell me he couldn't have saved Saris without turning her into a vampire after the shit we see him do later on. He just did that shit on purpose.
Shot through the heart.
Yeah, he could have shot her anywhere else. Shot her straight through the heart just to have an excuse to turn her. And then we see later that he could have totally capped that dude in the head, no problem.
There's a
Well, you
million
see,
more-
Kill la Kill is about is about fascism. Here's the thing: even if Kill la Kill had the themes of fascism in it, I don't agree with him. Therefore, I disagree.
Put them in the comments. It's unavoidable. Weebs, punks, and metalheads were raised to be anti-fascist because the content is inherently political and...
No. This is how I know you were never an anime fan back in the day. Weebs are raised to just seclude ourselves from everybody because everyone treated us like shit. Your side, your like punk counterculture, leftist bullshit side, did not leave us alone any more than the right did. You both treated us like shit. So weeb communities tended to be very apolitical and focused strictly on anime because we were a hodgepodge of literally every belief imaginable.
Oh my gosh, this guy, I think we gotta kill this guy. Oh my gosh.
Majority leftist, because the people who made it are either marginalized or sympathetic to the marginalized. And let me be clear, I'm not saying everything needs to be politicized. That's exhausting. You can talk
it's
about
literally what you said for 28 minutes.
I'm not saying everything needs to be politicized. I'm just saying that literally every anime ever is woke and leftist and agrees with my politics.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're almost done. We've got a minute left, and some of that's going to be like his outro, and then we can exit it there.
Yeah.
million different aspects of anything, but that's the fun part about being able to analyze and think critically. However, to straight up deny that there are politics at play in art is dumb, and the people who do that are dumb. They should be embarrassed, feel a little shame, and grow from that experience. But if that's too difficult, there are people out there who will hold your hand and baby you through it.
Yeah, here's a mirror. We've held your hand for this entire thing. You're stupid. You are ignorant of other cultures. You are basically a cultural imperialist. You are everything you hate. You are a shitty person, and I hated having to watch this video, and I just hate you.
You know, I knew the B-Star video was bad when he was talking about how being white got him out of homelessness and got himself a job. And I'm not saying it's bad. It wasn't bad that he went through all that. My problem is that what do you mean all that being white and privilege is what got you out of that situation, bro? Like this entire video was more painful than anything you probably ever made on this channel. Oh my god.
He doesn't think critically. I can literally predict everything he would say, and I'm still mad. I did. I was calling stuff out at the start of the video on accident. Like, you think your analysis is so deep and so, like, complex, and I'm at the start of the video calling out shit I think you're gonna say 20 minutes before you say it as a joke, because I didn't think you were that dumb.
Oh my gosh.
It's not that guy. I think you're a fucking moron, but it's okay. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to get humbled, and it's mature to own it. You should, and you should grow from it. I've been there personally a million times.
Clearly not enough.
This brother's like this guy. I bet you this guy used to be really edgy back in the day, and then it just became an apologist.
Oh no, he's like, definitely an iDubbbz type. There's a channel out there where he said every slur under the sun. Probably some slurs I've never even heard of before.
Oh my gosh.
Have been wrong, and I will likely be wrong again, but I'm not wrong about this. So I guess I need to wrap this up with an apology. I guess I'm not based like I promised I was. I'm sorry that I lied to you. I'll work on it, but I appreciate you sticking with me, and hopefully I just might see you next time.
So because we're pretty much done here. One thing I'll also mention is chat mentioned, nose ring and big tattoos. Something chat didn't mention is he has giant ear gauges.
Oh, I know.
So for people who don't know why giant ear gauges are cringing gay, first off, your ears never go back. Once you have gauged to a certain size, your ears can no longer heal. They are permanently there. Second problem, they start to stink. No matter what you do, your ear gauges will start to stink because the skin is fucked. It is just bad to do it. And the reason people criticize these particular body modifications is because this guy could not get a job anywhere prestigious, like an actual job, because he looks like bad decisions. He has made body modifications he cannot undo, at least not without surgery, and they look bad. His tattoos don't even look good. I've seen the ones on his arms barely. Basically, every tattoo on his body is just black. There is no color on his body at all that is visible. He's cringing gay. He's gotten the lowest effort tattoos he could.
Just chat. I regret tonight.
Yeah, this was Kendra's choice, chat.
I regret tonight. Oh. They look like prison. No, because I've seen prison tattoos. I've seen better prison tattoos than this. Some of them are actually really good artists because they actually have to do drawing classes and stuff. These are just bad.
Yeah. Gonna move us into the center here.
Oh my gosh, that was painful.
Chat saying, why, Kendra, why?
Well, you see, I knew it was gonna be bad and it was gonna be painful, but I didn't know it was good. Listen, I only watched half the video on 2x speed, and I just missed so much that already got me tilted.
Oh, this whole thing was my face is red.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Chat, remember, there's more videos out there like this. We just can't find them. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
I'm scrolling down the list to find me a raid target before we head out for the night, chat.
The black and white tattoos aren't bad. Black and white tattoos aren't bad. It's just you actually have to get a good design. And most people, when they're this guy, don't know how to get good tattoos.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh my gosh.
The hot bar.
Here, we may
Another day.
be rating this this VTuber. Depends if it lets me do it. Thank you, Akakun, for the super. Fun fact, one of the most political and most hated One Piece arcs was an arc where the villain was just racist because his ancestors and nothing else.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that. I know who you're talking about.
Chat
So
says
the one it's
Fishman Island.
villain of.
Somebody else in chat says it's Fishman Island.
Yeah, it's Fishman Island. I forgot the name of the character. Hody Jones. Yeah, Hody Jones. And literally, it's because the reason why people don't like him is because we got a character like Arlong, who is basically the same character but better.
Fair.
Oh my gosh. Kendra get put in the shame box. Listen. Blame the guy who posted the B-Stars video in the server, and then I was able to go down the rabbit hole from there.
I am getting cock blocked again by the you can't raid this person.
Oh my gosh, they keep doing this. People don't even remember that they can raid on YouTube.
Yeah. Every single one. I've already gone through 4.
Oh my gosh. This. It is the video of all time. This was the stream of all time, guys. Remember you could tell us your submissions.
Oh, can I raid this person? I can raid this person. We're gonna raid you guys into this person called Shi Icho, who's apparently with a company called Nova More, and they're playing Kirby. Kirby 64 specifically, or they're going to play Kirby.
Ooh.
We'll see you guys later. We do have movie night tomorrow. I might have Akko watch through all of the Amazing Digital Circus because they have not seen it.
Ooh.
But we'll see you guys. Can you block someone from raiding you? You have to turn on raids. And a lot of people just don't turn on raids for some reason. Or they forget. Also, thank you, Gabby, for the 169 biddies. It says love for the blue one. Appreciated. But bye, everybody. You guys do good and be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
No.